In previous lectures, I've referenced the ViewCube a number of times. So let's take a closer look at what this tool can do and how it can streamline our workflow. As a quick summary, the ViewCube is a 3D navigation tool that helps us to orientate our part or assembly. And so it's mostly used in 3D modeling, but it can also be used in 2D sketching as well. Ultimately, it can allow us to view our part or assembly from different viewpoints, i.e. the front view, top view, side view, etc. So let's take a look at how this works. So we've got the ViewCube up here in the top left, and to demonstrate this, I'm going to be using the part that we drew previously. So if we come over to the ViewCube, we have the option to select one of the faces here. For example, as highlighted the front view, if I click on this, I'm now looking at the part from the front view. And as we bring our mouse over the ViewCube, you'll see we have these 4 arrows around the cube. If we click the arrow on the right, for example, we'll then be looking at the right view. And then once again, the back view, left, and back to front view. Likewise, on the top, we can see the top view. If we go to the bottom, we see the bottom view. And in the top left here, we've got the home view. So if we click that, I use that very commonly when I'm modeling. It really helps for efficient modeling. So let me go back on the front view then. I just want to show you these 2 arrows up here. So if we select this arrow here or left click, we'll see that the part rotates 90 degrees in that orientation, so clockwise. And likewise, if we do the same with the other arrow, it will go counterclockwise. I'll go back to the home view. And a few options I want to show you as well. So we have a drop down here. And if we select that, the very first 3 options that we have are the types of view that we're seeing. For example, typically when modeling, we work in orthographic. For me, that's preferred. But some people like to use perspective. So I've selected perspective, and as you could see, the part looks different. It looks more somewhat 3-dimensional and realistic. And this can be a really useful tool for if we need screenshots of our models or assemblies, we're showing these with clients, we're doing them in presentations. Perspective can be nice for that. We've also got the option for perspective with ortho faces. So that means that, I'm going to click on that now. That means that we're looking at this part in perspective view. But if we look at a face, let's say the top view, so I'm going to click that in the ViewCube, we'll now be looking at that view orthographically. So when we look and say that from an angle like this, it's perspective. But then when we look at a face, it's orthographic. Let me give an example of that. Let's take a look at top view. So here is orthographic. But if I change just to perspective, you'll then see the difference there. And we see that element of realism, how we would perceive it with the human eye. Go back to the home view again. A few more options we've got here. So we can set current views as home. So where I click on the home, this is currently the home view. But if we want the home view to be, let's say this corner here, so we can select the corners as well, or the edges. I'll click this corner here. If I want this to be the home view, I can go to my drop down and I can set current view as home. And then we've got the option of a fixed distance or view. So a fixed distance is the distance it's at now. So if I zoom out a bit, like so, and I go to my options, set current view. If I go fixed distance, we will always see the home view from this distance. But if you go fit to view, and we go to the home view, this is our new home view, and it will sort of come to the screen and fill the page. We can also reset the home view as well. So if I left click reset home, then go to the home button, we'll see now we're on the original home view. We can also do the same as well with setting current views. So in terms of front and top, let me click on the front face. So this is currently front face. Let's say we wanted this face to be the front. What I can do is I can set current view as the front, and then we'll see on the ViewCube it's now titled front. We can also reset that as well. So we can reset the front like so. Back to the home view. I'm going to put orthographic back on. That's how I typically model. And we can also do the same process as well with the top view. So if we, for whatever reason, just for an example, if we wanted this view to be the top, set current view as top, and then we see that in the ViewCube. And then all we need to do is reset the front, and then the entire ViewCube will reset to the default and go back to the home view. So that's an overview of the ViewCube. We can also left click anywhere on the cube and orbit like so. So it's a really useful tool for when part modeling or working with assemblies. And you'll be seeing me use this a lot throughout the upcoming lectures. Hope that's all clear, and I'll see you in the next lecture.